So I just got back from a really long bike ride, and I thought I would share with you the stretching routine that I do after rides like this. Don't worry if you're not a cyclist yourself. We're gonna focus on the hips and the hamstrings, which is a great stretch routine after a run, a leg day workout, or even just sitting at your desk all day long. So let's go ahead, get on the mat, and we're gonna start standing up. So take your feet about hip width apart. Big inhale, lift those arms overhead, reach to the sky. And exhale, fold forward, leading with the chest, draping those arms below the head, keeping a slight bend in the knees. From here, grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. Let that head hang a little heavier. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Inhale, lift that head just a bit. And exhale, sink a little lower. 2 more like that. One more. Release the hands to the floor or to your shins, whatever feels comfortable. Start to alternate, slowly straightening one leg at a time. Feeling a stretch through the hamstrings, up through the back of the leg, and into our glutes. So just alternating, stretching one leg at a time. You shift to the side so you can see, just bending one knee at a time. And then go ahead, come back to steady. Slight bend in those knees, and then if it feels good, straighten those legs, stretch the hamstring. Try and place your chest onto your thighs, letting the head hang heavy. Let's take 2 more breaths right here. Feeling a nice opening through the entire posterior chain, calves, hamstrings, lower back, upper back, and the neck. One more breath in, and exhale. From here, plant those hands, step back into a plank position. Don't worry, we're not gonna hold it. Slowly lower the chest between the thumbs all the way down to your stomach. Make sure those wrists are right below the shoulders, forehead on the floor. We're gonna inhale, push into the floor, slight lift of the chest as we extend our spine. And exhale, lower down. 4 more like that. We'll try and make it a little bigger each round. Inhale, lift the head, roll the chest off the mat, pull those shoulders down away from the ears. Feel an opening through the front of the body. And exhale. Go ahead, inhale, lift the head, press the hips into the mat, and lower back down. This time, if you're ready, we're gonna go for full upward dog, as they call it in yoga. Inhale, push into the floor, straighten the arms, lift the hips off the floor. If you can, pull the knees to the thigh, to the hips, and lift the quads as well. Exhale, lower down. One more just like that. Try to get that full expression. Inhale, push the floor away, straighten the arms, roll the front of the body up. We're extending the spine, but also feeling a lengthening through the front of the hips. First hip flexor stretch, and exhale, lower all the way down. Good, go ahead, push up to your plank position, and then press back to downward dog. Pressing the chest towards the thighs, start to pedal your feet, dropping one heel down at a time, feeling a stretch through the calves. Again, if you run or cycle, you're probably feeling a little bit of tightness in those calves, so great way to start to lengthen those muscles. Calves also get super tight from wearing high heels, but given we're almost all in quarantine, that's probably not a problem for us right now. All right, go ahead, lift that left leg up and place it between your palms. Good. Drop that right knee down. and walk your hands up to your left knee. Go ahead, stack your right hip on top of your right knee, shoulders over the hips. Go ahead, inhale, reach your hands to the sky. As you do this, push your right hip forward, pull your left hip back so your hip stays square to the wall in front of you. Keep pressing that right hip forward, feeling a deeper stretch in the hip flexors. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time, big inhale. And as you exhale, take your left arm behind you, place it on your right hamstrings. Take a slight twist in the spine as you look to your left. Keep pressing that right hip forward, even deeper stretch right here. Don't forget to keep breathing. You want to feel nice and relaxed even as we're lengthening our muscles, feeling that stretch. 2 more breaths just like this. And then 1 more. Good, inhale. Bring that left arm back up, and then press the hips back as the left leg comes forward nice and straight. Reach your head towards your left foot. Inhale, lift the chest just a bit, and exhale, drape over that leg, only as far as feels comfortable. Try to bring your chest to your thigh, even if you need to bend your left leg to do it. Inhale, come to the fingertips, reach the head forward. Exhale, lower down. 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Hold here for 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Just lift the chest slightly and walk your hands to the outside of that left leg. There you go. So you start to get a little more into the outer thigh, perhaps into that IT band. If yours is tight, you can kind of shift around here until you get something that feels right for you. Again, making sure we are stretching but not straining our muscles. This should feel good, it should feel relaxing. Let's take 2 more breaths right here. One more. Good, walk those hands back forward, and then take your left hand inside your left foot. From here, come onto the toes of the right leg, bend the left knee. So we're in what they call in yoga lizard's pose. Our hands are inside our left foot, and our right heel is pushing back. Start to feel a stretch through the groin, through the inner thighs, opening through the left hip. And from here we have several options. You can hold here. You can go ahead and come down to your forearms if you have that mobility. Or if you want a real challenge, either from the forearms or from the hands, go ahead, drop that right knee and reach that left hand behind you and grab onto that right foot. This is very much the advanced option. It requires a lot of mobility in the hips, so if you're not here, don't worry, keep that right foot down. Keep your hands in front of you. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna hold this right here, feels great on my right hip. And wherever you are, go ahead and take 3 more breaths. Keep those shoulders down, create space between the earlobe and the shoulder blades. One more. And exhale, release the back foot if you have it. Come on up to our more hands, step back to that plank position and go ahead, press back up. Into down dog, lift your right leg and step it through in between the palms. Go ahead and drop that left knee under the left hip and walk your hands up to your right knee. So go ahead, just find that alignment, left knee under the left hip, right knee bent 90 degrees. Whew. All right, and from here, take the hands down to the side. Big inhale, raise them up to the ceiling. Press your left hip forward, pull that right hip back, and feel that stretch right here through the left hip. Deep breaths right here. Two more just like this. Big inhale. Press that left hip forward. One more. And on the exhale, take the right arm behind you. Gently place them on the left hamstrings. Looking over to your right. Find a small twist through the spine. Keep that left arm reaching to the sky. 3 breaths just like this. One more, nice and big. And exhale. Bring that right arm up to meet the left. And then press the hips back as you straighten your right leg. So, nice and light in the right heel. We don't have to point or flex our toes. Focus on reaching that head forward, hips back. Slight bend in the knee if you need. Go ahead, big inhale, lift the chest a bit. And exhale, drape that chest on top of the thigh. 2 more like that. Inhale, come on up to the fingertips. Exhale, fold over. And 1 more big inhale. And exhale, hold here. And shift around a little if you need. And go ahead, lift that chest just a tad and walk the hands outside the right leg. Coming around only as far as feels good, but trying to feel a stretch through the outer hip, so this side but on the right. Maybe a deeper stretch in the hamstrings if your IT band's tight, feeling it down the side of the leg. There we go. Let's take 3 breaths here. This is feeling really good for me right now, so let's soak it out. Big inhale and exhale. 2 more. Keep pulling those shoulders down. And 1 more. And exhale, walk the hands forward, and then take that right hand inside the right foot, bend the right knee, come onto the toes on the left side and lift that left knee up. Good, so back in that lizard pose. Again, same options on this side. You can hang out on your hands. You can come down to your forearms, or you can drop that left knee, reach that right arm back around, and hold on to that left foot. Your choice. If you're holding the left foot, you can also come down to the forearm, keep holding that pose. Your choice. Take 2 more deep breaths, nice and slow. And 1 more. If you've got your back foot, release it, take your hands down. Come onto your left toes, step the right foot back to plank, and then come down onto your knees, cross your feet, and sit your butt back on the floor. Take those feet in front of you, gently gentle hold on the kneecaps. We're gonna bring our knees up to the chest, out to the side, so knees pulling apart. Take them down and up the center. So, to the chest, out, down, back in and up. 2 more this direction. I really like this stretch. Gives it a nice little lower back massage. Also, top of those glutes. And let's switch directions. Come down, out, around, and into the chest. Down, out, around, back in. 2 more. 1 more. Good. And from here, cross that right ankle on top of the left knee. So, figure 4 position, and take your right arm through the hole behind your right knee. Both hands are going to clasp the back of the left hamstrings or the left shin. Left shin's a little bit more difficult, so take the variation that feels good to you. Flex your right feet, so point your toes back towards your knee, and gently pull the left knee into the chest. So here we're really focusing on the glutes and the outer hip on the right side. As you pull that knee in, press your hips into the floor, so create, opposing forces to lengthen the muscles. 3 more breaths, just like this. Try and draw your right knee forward. And 1 more breath. Exhale, switch sides, uncross that right leg, take the left ankle on top of the right knee. Thread the arms around. And same thing on this side. Flex the left foot, flex both feet actually. Press the left knee forward as you draw the right knee to the chest. 3 deep breaths. Two more. One more. Exhale, bring those knees back into the chest and gently rock yourself up to a seated position. Whew. All right, from here we're going to spread our legs long, straighten them, take them out to the side. Doesn't matter how wide you can get, whatever feels comfortable. And we're gonna go ahead and hook our right forearm inside of our right knee. If you can't come all the way, just come up to the thigh, whatever feels comfortable. We did a lot of opening of the lower body. We're gonna get into our torso again. If we've been, again, hunching over a bike, hunching over a desk, it'll feel good to open up through that midsection as well. So hook that right side in. Inhale, take your left arm to the sky. Look up to the ceiling and roll that left shoulder back. So feel like you're coming up and back. Should be a nice stretch through that entire left side. Good, keep reaching. You can reach up to the ceiling or try and come back towards your head. The whole time pulling that left shoulder back. So we're not caving forward, we're really lengthening, we're opening. Good, 2 more deep breaths. Try and keep your left tush pressing down into the floor. So lower body steady, upper body opening. We've got 1 more breath here. And exhale, come back up. Ooh, that felt good. All right, same thing on the other side. Take that left forearm inside the left leg. Inhale, take that right arm up, roll that right shoulder back. Good, keep reaching that shoulder back, almost like you're looking up and slightly behind you. If you want to reach that right arm a little further back towards your head, keeping the right hip pressing down to the mat. this far, just come up a little bit taller. It's all about what feels good to you. There's no perfect pose and stretching, no perfect range of motion. It's all about what your body needs right now. Let's do 2 more breaths. One more. Exhale, come on up. Bring those legs together. Give them a nice shake. One more hamstring stretch. We're gonna take a big inhale. Reach our arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Trying to bring that chest to the thighs. Bending the knees just a little if we have to, but not so much that we lose that stretch in the hamstrings. Try not to hold on to your feet. Maybe you need your hands a little bit closer to you. Maybe your hands reach a little bit farther away. Our feet are just this arbitrary benchmark. It doesn't really say anything about where we should be right now. Hold for 2 more breaths. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Feel an opening through the back of the neck, through the traps. One more deep breath. Exhale. Go ahead, roll out gently. Last stretch, just an easy spinal twist. Come into a cross-legged position. Doesn't matter which leg's in front. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, place the left hand behind you. Place your right hand outside the left knee. Reaching your head up, look back over your left shoulder. You can use that left knee for a little bit of leverage, but don't twist more than you're really capable of. Again, just stretching, no straining. 2 more breaths, keep the spine nice and tall. One more big inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, come back to center, arms come up. And exhale, take it over to the other side. Right arm behind you, looking over the right shoulder, reaching the spine tall towards the ceiling. Two more full breaths. Shoulders down away from the ears. One more. Inhale back to center, arms up. Final stretch. And big exhale. Let it all out. I hope you're feeling a little bit looser, a little more comfortable.